Good morning everybody. I thought I'd bring you down to a new view today. I'm here with my mate Dudley. Where are you, Dud? There he is. So behind me you can see L'Ancresse Bay and Pembroke Bay. Two lovely bays on the north coast of Guernsey. So we rode down here this morning on our Ebike with a little trailer for Dudley. He seemed to enjoy it. At least I can take him somewhere different for a change. So yeah, I'm hoping to show you a couple of different things this time as we walk along. But yeah, well, I hope you enjoy it. Welcome back. So you can see L'Ancresse Bay is the bay this side, and then you've got the rocks in the middle of the beach, and the other side is Pembroke. I think that's the divider. But yeah, two lovely bays. So we're just walking down now towards L'Ancresse Kiosk. It looks like it's closed at the moment. I think it closes for the winter months, but obviously as soon as it gets a bit nicer, they'll open it up and you can get your ice creams and your cups of tea and coffee and soft drinks and whatever you want there. Nice little kiosk. And to the left is a Martello Tower. Now I think they're Napoleonic. You can see there's another one in the distance as well. So I think they're Napoleonic. Each one's numbered, but I'm not sure what number these two are. But yeah, and then the beach. Lovely beach, L'Ancresse. Not very busy now, but it will be in the summer. Closer view of the kiosk. So one of the news items to come out this week was Governor St Pierre stating that the states had a surplus of 36 million during after 2025, which makes a dramatic change from the year before, where it was quoted that there was a 31 million deficit. So in total over those 2 years we've made 5 million. I mean, that's without all the wastage, without all the funds that they've actually admitted that's been wasted over through the IT projects, everything else. So how much could it have been, really? A lot more. But yet they still want GST. Now, well, GST plus they're calling it, has now been agreed in the States that it will be set at 5% if it gets approved, and that will include all food items as well. So your food, everything's going to go up, including your food obviously there. So that's if it's approved, which they're voting on in June. If it's approved, then it will be implemented sometime during 2028 I've got noted here, so I must have read that somewhere. So not until 2028. So if you've got any big items, if it does get approved and you've got any big items you want to buy, now's the time. Save yourself a few quid. Now Liam McKenna has been doing his best to try and get it booted out of the States, taken off the table really. He put it to the vote recently, last week, to completely take it off the table, but I think he only had something like 5 votes, which was very surprising because there was a lot more people than that in their manifestos that said they were against GST. So I'm not sure why that's reduced down to 5. Let's wait and see when the real vote comes, when the full vote comes along, but if they go for it or not. But if they don't, I guess there's a bit of turncoats, I suppose you can call them, that said they were against it and got voted in pretty much on that basis. And if they go against that, that's not good really, is it? That's not, you know, the public are voting for you for what you're putting in your manifesto, saying the things that you're going to do. They're supporting you, putting you in place, and then you just change your mind and do something differently. So that hasn't happened yet, but let's hope it doesn't. Let's hope the ones that were publicly saying that they weren't going to back GST, let's hope they stick by what they said. you can divert from it, I guess, as long as you can justify why. I'd like to see the government start to save more money and not waste so much. That would be a start, and then maybe it wouldn't be a need for GST at all. But let's see where that one goes. Anyway, that's going to tickle on for a long time, that one, I think. Well, I didn't see one of these notice boards up at L'Ancresse. I'm not sure if there is one or not, but if there is, I didn't see it. So I'll put it on screen. If you do want to rather read up about Pembroke, by all means, just pause the video and read up. So this is now Pembroke Bay, but this is our, I think, Napoleonic tower. They're widely known as Martello Towers, but I think the actual name is a Loophole Tower. There's a sign on this one, so let's have a look. So I don't know if you can read that. If you can read that, pause the video and have a read. L'Ancresse Tower number 7. That's the golf course. I don't think they'll be too impressed if we stroll across that. So we better go round. So that's where we're going to head to. That granite, I think it's granite, monument up there. I think it was put in for the Millennium. I think it's called the Millennium stone, and alongside it is a Neolithic burial site as well, or tomb. So we're going to have a look at both of them. So the view in the distance, look at that, terrific. That would be Roos over that side, and on this side it would be Chouet and Ladies Bay just over the top of those rocks. And round on that side, you can see the spire of Vale Church, and then all the golf course and the golfers enjoying their golfing morning. Chimneys, it's a bit misty, but chimneys of the Vale power station there, just off the bridge. And over there, that's Vale Mill. We walk past that on our normal walk sometimes. So that's in the distance. Look how high it is. So it looks great when it's lit up. More golf course. And then more Loophole Towers. Back to shots of L'Ancresse Beach and Pembroke. What a lovely day. Fantastic views from up here. Worth a visit if you haven't been. So that's the Millennium stone. Yeah, come up here to see this and the views, because they really are fabulous. I'm just walking down the front side of it now, and I'll show you around. You can see the living it up in the year 2000. Pulp song about that. There you go, the Millennium stone. Great views. And then I'll come back to that. We've got some German bunkers. We'll have a look at that in a sec. But first, we're going to have a look at it's called the Varde Dolmen, which is right by the monument. So if you head for the monument, if you want to see this next item, head for the monument. You can't miss this, it's right next door. So this is the Varde Dolmen. You can enter it, it's not locked or anything. I'll pause the camera on there. If you want to read up about it, pause the video and have a read. It was discovered during military exercises in 1811. It's Neolithic, from the period circa 4000 to 2500 BC, and was in use until the late Bronze Age. Well, there you go, fabulous. Anyway, I think you'll be surprised inside. Terrific. How they managed to build this all those years ago. I'm going to pause the video and just change the setting, so hopefully it lights up a bit better for you in the dark. Okay, let's go on in and have a little look. Mind your head very low. We're going in. There must have been little people all those years ago. Now I'm not sure how well this is going to show up because it is obviously extremely dark in here. But look at that. That's fabulous. Look at the size of this granite. How the hell did they manage to do that all those years ago? They haven't got modern machinery like we've got these days. Unbelievable. There is another room there. I'm not sure that's going to show up too well. Well, yeah, it's not showing up too bad on the camera with this setting. But yeah, there's another little side room there. I'm not sure if they used to use this for as a burial site or like to celebrate things, or maybe that board will tell us outside. But how about that? Look at that granite. Unbelievable. It's of an ilk of Stonehenge, isn't it? I mean, how did they manage to do that? And it's the sort of same question gets raised when you look at this, really. Mind your head on the way out. Out into the sunlight. Fabulous. Well worth a little look. On a sunny day, come up and have a look. So I'm now stood right up on top of the Varde Dolmen. There's a golf course. That used to be Pembroke Bay Hotel. That's the two golf clubs down there. L'Ancresse Golf Club and the Royal Golf Club. Used to be a tip over there where that digger is. Another Loophole Tower coming round. Another Woodies like the one down Bordeaux. Does all your coffees and that. Lovely. And then a big German bunker from World War II. There's loads of those around the island. Some of them you can get in. And then over the other side, that's Grand Havre, I think. And just over the rocks, can't actually see the beach, would be Chouet and L'Ancresse, Ladies Bay. And back to L'Ancresse and Pembroke Beach. What a view. And some of our budding Tiger Woods. Probably not quite as good, but fair play. Let's have a little look at this one. We'll watch this one. Dudley wants to walk. Not good looking. He does. Alright, let's see how this guy gets on. Oh, that's a terrific putt. Well done. He's used his putter there. What a shot. Lovely shot. Let's have another look at the other one. How's he going to do? Get in the hole. Just overrun that a little bit. Still a good shot though. So this is an old German bunker from the war. Not sure if I'm not going to get in down there. But yeah, let's have a little look up on top. See what we got. Come on, Dad, we got up top. You can see in there, look. Just an empty room now. But years ago, this would have had a gun up here, I guess. What a good view you've got from here. If anyone's coming in. So that down there, actually, I think that is the driving range for the golf clubs. Down there. Dudley squeaking because he wants to go for a walk. And these are navigational markers where they identify levels and locations, and it's an engineering tool. I'm not sure. I don't think we can go in this one. I think it's locked up. I haven't got a torch anyway. Mind you, I've got... No, it's all boarded up. Come on, dude. Another one there. I'm sure that would have been a German one as well. Fancy a game of golf? It shows how much rain we've had. Look at that. We've got our own little lake on the golf course. The problem is... Dad, no! Get here! Scaring me. So, problem is, the lake's not meant to be here. I'm calling it a lake. It's a big puddle. There's the two guys that rescued me after my slip. Yeah. He's going on. You're on the video. Two of our local budding golf stars. So I was trying to walk around that lake and I slipped up like a good one. I hope no one was filming that. Slid down the bank and got actually soaked, but luckily my two fellow golfers, my two golfers I bumped into lent me a rag to clean myself up. So be careful if you're walking around there. Mind you, you're probably not as daft as me. So this is Woodies Kiosk at Chouet. I'm surprised it's not open. And then this is Chouet Beach. So this is where they do the autocross. You will have seen I've done another video on the autocross. Well, that takes place down here. Yeah. Onwards we walk. Come on, Dad. So this is situated down in the car park of Chouet. A restaurant called Vraic. It's spelled V-R-A-I-C. Vraic is what you find on the beach, like seaweed and stuff. I'm not certain if that's the one. Is that the one that got a Michelin star recently? I'm not sure. I'm sure they'd be saying it if it was. So there's all about Chouet there. So if you want to read up about Chouet, feel free, pause the video. All the different wildlife and stuff that you might be able to see. Lovely, these boards, give you an idea of what to look out for. I think it's over there where they fly model aeroplanes. Yeah, I think it's there, not certain. Somewhere around here is a quarry that's full of oil, and that is from an oil spill. It's an oil spill storage site from the Torrey Canyon, which is a ship that lost all its oil. I don't know if it's sunk or not, but yeah, they pumped it all into here. So you see quite a few of these granite built sheds around. I think, I'm not certain, I think they were built to store ammunition. Someone can let me know if I'm wrong with that one. I don't know. There's another Loophole Tower. Great stuff. Look at that. What a lovely day. Another German bunker there, which has been utilised for modern usage. And you can see what this one says. Some of these have been done up by Feston Guernsey, a local group of hobbyists that do them up. All about it. If you want to pause the video, you should be able to read that. Well, on the headland there's a map there. It tells you exactly where all the bunkers are. Look, that's just on this headland. There's so many in Guernsey. Below me there on the rocks you can see the side of another bunker. If you like your bunkers, this is the place to come. So there, you might see it in a minute, there's a model aircraft. There you go, just flying through there. There you go. So someone's up there flying it. Pretty good pilot by the look of things. So a while back I did a video on Blackrock, the landfill, proposed landfill to put houses and businesses and things like that on by Vale Castle. So part of that project was flood defences for the bridge. So I've just seen it announced this week. Adrian Gabriel, who chairs I think the Environment and Infrastructure Group Committee, so they're going to start investigating what the best way forward is to achieve their aim. So watch this space, let's see what they come up with. So this here is another little bunker that they've made into a hide, and they list all the different types of birds that you might see from here. Lovely to sit up here on a nice day like this with your camera. Chouet gas extraction plant and flare. But yeah, obviously this used to be a tip in the background, so they have to remove all the gases from the site, so that's what that's for. So I'm not sure how you pronounce this one. It's the Baie de Joannes or Joannus. Basically Joannus Bay, I suppose. But yeah, very quiet this. I don't think it gets used too much. Nice little bay out the way. So just looking from the other side now as we've walked back round. L'Ancresse over there on the left and Pembroke over here on the right. And there's the Millennium stone that we were at previously. Yeah, love the sound of that tide coming in. Very good. And there's Dudley dude. All these walls built by the Germans in World War II make it a bit more difficult for people to land and take the island back. Unreal. Guernsey Beach wheelchairs. So you can hire those in the summer. And there's a board explaining Pembroke and L'Ancresse, which you can pause and have a little look at if you like. It's not very clear. Part of the World War II occupation trail. Bit of history about the war and the Germans, etc. Have a read. And this is Pembroke Kiosk, currently shut, but I'm sure they'll be open again soon. Friends of ours run that. Good little kiosk. So this is the beach house at Pembroke. You can get yourself some food, tea or coffee or drinks. Nice little place. Overlooking the bays. So once again, thanks for watching and subscribing, really appreciated. So I've got some comments, a couple of comments from the last video. The where am I still hasn't been got, so I better give you another clue on that. So I'll put it on screen now to show you. Now that is somewhere again in the parish of the Cattel. So that might help you out a little bit. It narrows it down a little bit. See if someone can get that. Alan Benham commented, Alan Benham 4139, Guernsey wants more housing and they've got to go somewhere. This is in relation to the extra homes being built in the Vale. Wherever they go, someone is not going to be happy. I guess if new houses were built in the higher parishes, heaven forbid, then they would be at an even higher price. Maybe we're all paying the price for overpopulation in the island. I think that's a nail on the head, Al. Too many people on Guernsey. If you didn't have so many people, you wouldn't need as many houses and bigger roads and bigger schools and everything else that comes with overpopulation. He says, cheers for my weekly update. See you and Dudley dude next week. Tonky1131 again commented to say that was definitely Martin such and such pushing his red go trolley. So I've said I knew I should have sprung round when I walked past him. He did appear to have a similar swagger to Martin. Was it or wasn't it? You will never know. So thanks for the comments, keep them coming. Try and get the where am I if you can, no one's done that. Hope you've enjoyed this walk and talk. A little bit of a different angle, different location, give you a bit of idea of a few other places in Guernsey. Lovely day, make the most of it. So until next time, thank you for watching.
Every evening when the sun goes down, get with my party and I begin to clown. I don't care what the people are thinking. I'm not drunk, I'm just a drinking. I set 'em up, another round. I set 'em up, another round. I set 'em up, another round. One more round won't get me down.